This is not pay for play. This is about likeness. This is about an athlete being able to earn money from his likeness and endorsements. And by the way, that is not against the law. These guys act like they're felons, they're criminals. That's only against the NCAA law. That's what the California law is about, Mike.
Jalen, we haven't had a chance to get your perspective on this. Obviously, this is something you and I have talked about over the years a million different times. What do you make of what's going on?
Yeah, we've been talking about this for 25 years. And the thing is, I don't want people to get too enthusiastic about it just yet. This is one step in a really long journey, because while the governor of California has agreed to sign, what about the schools that are a part of the NCAA? Are they going to now legislate that you're able to do it and walk away from their relationships with the NCAA and the Pac-12 and the Big Ten and the ACC? I don't see schools doing it. And here's another thing that's about to get exposed. How many people really don't want to see the athletes get paid from all levels? Politicians, presidents of universities, coaches. You're going to start looking at people a lot different as you start to get more information about this bill.
Those comments were so foolish that I almost think it's a waste of time to even address them. Like, you just have an open market. That's how you keep the bad actors out. You've created the bad actors by creating this system. And I do, however, agree that if colleges do, or the schools in California do allow these guys to have endorsements, I do believe it becomes paid for play, because I think that what's going to happen is the big boosters will find ways to tell recruits, to inform recruits or inform players that you'll have a large endorsement deal with whatever pizza company or whatever down the street, and that will put money in the player's pocket. But what I don't understand is why the NCAA has a problem with that. That still preserves the model that you have. You still preserve the model where you get all the money and you don't have to pay anything to the employees or the workers. So they should be happy. Someone else is going to foot the bill. You're still going to get all the money to split up between your coaches and ADs and schools.
Yes, to be clear, when Jim Delaney says, I don't see much difference between name, image, and likeness and pay for play, what part of it are you not seeing? In one model, the university pays a salary to the athletes. In the other, they don't. I don't understand what part of that distinction we're struggling to make.
Yeah, absolutely, but I agree with Jalen, because what's going to happen now is we're going to see all the people that are against it. You're going to hear the many voices who've never wanted this to happen, who've wanted to keep the institutional control over these young student athletes. And when you speak of the bad actors are already there. You talk about an unlevel playing field. The unlevel playing field is already there. It's just done in the dark. And so when you start to make these other excuses instead of focusing on what the real law that has been passed is, you show your ignorance and you show your bias against these young men.
Paul, the current system has created a reality where the FBI had to get involved in college basketball. How's that working out for us so far?
Well, first of all, let's take college basketball off, because it's professional anyway. I mean, let's not even debate that. And we're not even, I don't even think football is the issue. I think the minor sports are really where athletes will benefit. If you play softball, volleyball, you may be able to make a few dollars. And by the way, to your point, Nick, I don't think, with very few exceptions, most businesses are going to spend a lot of money on athletes they've never heard of. I mean, yeah, Zion Williams would have made money, but he was probably making money anyway.
So, but also, like, in this country, we've come a long way with race relations. But the reality of it is, there have been the people in power, usually those were white, that wanted to legislate what happens with the black athlete. And you see it with the NFL and the NBA. Salary caps, restrictions, how many years you can sign a deal. And this trickles down to collegiate sports, in particular, college basketball and college football. That's why I called it indentured servitude. They're continually trying to find a way to suppress your ability to make money off your talent, which is un-American.
Off your own name.
Everyone, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.